I saw you sneaking in the back door over there.
Well, I think
I'm watching you.
there's some stuff going on.
Back in the chamber
Yeah.
office.
Or maybe I just happened to notice you.
Uh-huh.
You know, that's what I do, I sit around and watch people all day.
Ah.
Maybe not.
Okay, well, I just started recording just so we don't miss it, but
It is noon.
it is noon.
We wanna wait a couple minutes to see if we get a quorum?
We could. Do you want, I
Yeah.
have 3 print packets, I have the one more original packet. Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna be able to maybe do any official business, but I can,
At least we can go over stuff.
yeah. So, we'll just leave the minutes table till the September meeting.
Well, I guess since there's not a quorum, we won't call a meeting order, but we can start discussing it and then.
Right. So your quarterly financial report was in your last packet, not this one, she just left it on the agenda.
Okay.
On the EDA updates, does anybody have any questions about those? I had a little bit of additional information, that came in. So I think there was a question about Alliant Technologies. We have been in contact with Jeff Bennett, who is the owner. We did, put a little ad in the city newsletter that goes out with the utility bills, letting any business owners know that their business can be included on the city webpage. That was an attempt to find out where our home businesses are and who they are. And then we did update that marketing package, from White Space, which is also in your packet. Then I think the other, maybe the main thing is the budget. The budget.
We'll still have time to officially do this at the September meeting before we have to set our preliminary
Yep.
study. It'll be the 2 meetings after that.
Yeah, yeah.
How's the housing going, the housing study, is that?
Stephanie is following up with, a fellow with that firm, whether or not he's waiting for anything from us.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I heard, I was up at the county office yesterday, and I, ran to Jim.
Oh,
Was up
okay.
there, and I asked, and he briefly mentioned that, he thought they should have a draft coming pretty soon.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. Very
So,
good.
yeah, I don't know what pretty soon means, but that was, like, he sounded like he was expecting something.
Okay, great.
Well, that's good.
And the SEMLM Regional Economic Development Report draft is out next week, and I think I forwarded everybody the invitation.
Yeah, on the 15th and.
Chatfield.
Yeah,
in
the morning is to show you about it, and the afternoon is the training.
More the staff, like how to
Staff
use
training,
the
yeah.
software, yep. That's in there. So one thing I did, right away on your budget, if you have that budget worksheet. Oh. Is I did go ahead and take the first line, 101, and just make that $11,000 to cover the support staff, for that position. So EDA gets charged for some of my time, some of Amy's time, some of Linda's time.
So it's 37 now, so change it to
But
11?
11, yep. I don't see that the city will be hiring someone for that position. And then at the very last line, the 444, I put in, $42,500. That would be our current CETA contract plus about 3%, so, it'll give us an idea of where we are there. I saw that, as of the end of June, there weren't any attorney fees, but I bet we'll see the attorney's fees for the Trail Creek, coffee roasters. Let's see if that is showing up.
So that puts us at a total of 84,316. Is that what you got?
84,316, thank you. And that doesn't even include branding, the branding marketing package. We did have a meeting with the electric utility this morning. You know, we could, ask the council to make a transfer from the electric utility. And we're just guesstimating about 30,000 that could be used, towards economic development programs. That's one possibility.
What, up in,
Yep.
up in the full-time employees?
Yeah.
You know, like it's, it looks like we're on pace to use about 11,000.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And then it looks like the proposed is 37,000.
Yes, so I like scratched the 37 and put in 11.
Put in 11, so if we, I mean, is it possible for that 26,000 to become the programming?
Well, that 26,000 goes towards the 42,500. That would be the CEDA contract under 444.
Oh, I see,
Other
under
contractual
contractual,
services.
so
Mhm.
that becomes 26.
Your benefits and FICA and all that would go down.
Well, they would go
1%.
down some, yeah, that's true. That is true.
'Cause I mean, we should end up
That's
about
true.
5,000 less, I think is
Okay.
about our saving. But, so I mean, if we did that, if we, if we use that 5,000 and then as kind of like a base
Mhm.
point, then we could, and then ask for the gap, the remainder that we're looking for.
Add that maybe to line 430, other service charges, or actually professional services. If we use someone for branding.
Because if we take the 11,000, subtract off the benefits, and
Right.
add the 42.5, we're about just ballpark 78,000 or so.
Okay.
Which puts us at about 11% increase over last year, before we do any branding or
Right.
programs.
Right.
So, help me understand, I mean, this comprehensive plan, all that, the branding.
Right.
I get it. Anyways, I saw the proposal on our council
Yeah.
packet, 19,500 for the branding.
Yep.
So we spend 19,500 on branding.
Mhm.
And it's always difficult, what's your return on that branding dollar, that's
Yeah,
just something
you
that's
just don't know.
forever.
Right.
Are we better off spending 19,500 on branding, or are we better off spending 19,500 on programs that you can measure your I'm just throwing it out there, as I look at that number,
Yeah.
I know branding, if you're gonna do a branding project for any business or entity, it's a lot of money.
Mhm.
I'm just wondering
Is that
if
the
we're
best
gonna.
bang for the buck?
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
is that the best bet? 'Cause okay, now we have this brand, it's gonna be
Mhm.
on our stationery and our website and all that.
Which now you gotta make all new stationery and.
Is that going to draw and keep people doing business in town? Or would putting 19,500 in a facade improvement program or a
Mhm.
incubator program or whatever program we come up with, would?
Yeah, so part of the marketing program that I understood from the packets and the discussions I had is identifying who are you marketing to. So as far as who are the families that would move to town, who are the types of businesses that would be a fit for Casson, so there would be some work around who are we trying to get our message out to, so that it wouldn't be a message without an audience, so to speak.
Right.
Right, but that we would have. So, for the tour, Stephanie picked up on that, tagline, "We're ready for you," and she threw it out there on our, it's been, actually, it's just been around.
Yeah.
It's a tagline that's been around, she picked it up, she threw it out there. I think, Hayfield Welcome Home, I think maybe is their, slogan.
This is just the way my mind works.
Right.
The tough part for me is, okay, so we get this brand and we have the best marketing materials and we know
Right.
we wanna go after single-family homes, people with kids, it's a great community to raise kids in, we got
Right.
the assets, we have the school district. But in 2 years, we're not gonna have any lots for them to build on. So we
Yeah.
can market to them all we want,
And then
do we
we're
have,
dead.
put the cart
Yeah.
before the horse, or do we have some
Right.
programs that help developers get some land developed, or multi-unit housing, or improvements of what we have, so that we are ready for them? Because we can say, hey, we want you to come here, we're ready for you, and they say, that's great, but there's nowhere to
No,
build a
there's
house.
no.
Yeah.
Well, part of that too,
Not
though,
ready.
with the developers, they're not gonna open up the development land until they think they're ready to sell it. They wanna know that they've got,
Demand for it.
yeah.
Demand.
So, I mean, it's a,
Well, it's a
Right.
chicken and egg thing, I guess.
yeah, I'm with you.
I still get
I like
told-
to spend the money in the best bang for the buck too, I agree with you.
Would we, I mean, when we're communicating with the, I think we want, more people to
Mhm.
come here, more people to have their businesses in town here. With that, I mean, I think part of the reason that we would be that people would be interested in doing that is, because of like what Casson brings to the table,
Mhm.
if that makes sense. So, I think that's what you end up, I mean, that's kind of what is at the core of what we build our brand around, is like, what is Casson, right? So I guess my thought there is, are we, are we, the programming in my mind is to help bolster and, and continuously improve on that, what is Casson, and what are we bringing to the table, which is kind of the substance that is, that is then, at the core of the branding. It's like the thing that we are branding. And so my question would be, would it make sense to do the programming and then do the branding, after? 'Cause it makes sense to me to continuously improve and build on what we have as like the substance, like whether it's our downtown or whether it's our resources for families, businesses, whatever. And then, because then I think that strengthens what we're talking about with like, we have, we're ready for these people, we're ready for you. Whether it's like we're ready for you to invest into a Main Street business, or we're ready for you to, come move your family and your business here, whatever. And we have these things that prove it, we're doing it actively, and then you brand around, cause then you have like the substance already there, and you've probably already got word of mouth to springboard off of.
Have the programs in place.
Yeah.
Cause
We're
once you
ready
got-
for you to come do business, whether it's
Yeah.
to rent, or invest, or build, or,
Yeah.
'Cause
or
once
just
you've
make,
got it,
make what you have better.
Yeah, 'cause
Which
it-
also brings people to town, 'cause it looks better.
Cause if we're, I mean, I think bolster the brand of we're ready for you is to just get ready for them.
cause we're not ready.
I think if we're ready for them, that, and then we communicate that, because we
Mhm.
are ready for them, I mean, that's a pretty, I think that's pretty powerful. That makes the branding a lot more powerful, I
Yes.
think.
So kind of what I'm hearing is that little bit of a branding that was done before is still relevant, or could still be relevant.
Yeah, it's just,
If we
just gotta be ready.
gotta get out ahead of it, okay.
We need,
Oh, very interesting.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
No, and
think
I agree,
just
'cause-
with wise use of our capital,
Mhm.
cause it's scarce, right? I mean, capital's scarce, it's,
Right.
and to use taxing authority to spend 19,000 on a brand before I think we're ready for that. I'd rather see some of these programs get implemented. And one, you're testing the waters to see if the existing businesses find value in it.
Right, 'cause we
Because
don't
if they
know.
don't, well then, you know, it didn't cost us anything except some time and organization and get it together, get the marketing out there for it, say, hey, this program's available. If nobody applies for those loans or
Right.
grants, then they didn't want it.
Right.
We reinvest it in the branding, you know, if they
Right,
come back and
then-
say, why don't you have your marketing materials?
Right.
And we can say, well, that ain't what we need then, we need, because we need more, like you say, we need more ways to keep businesses in town, more ways to bring more business. So, once you got that, then you have more areas for developers to develop for housing. Because people are gonna start looking ahead, right now they're coming to town for the schools, but then when the kids start getting older, they need somewhere for those kids to go work in the summer. And not everybody can work at the pool. You know, we need more smaller businesses where there's kids can go to work, teenagers can work.
Yes, we have kind of a consensus on that, but we really can't.
Can't do anything about it.
That's all,
Say anything.
yeah.
Well, I
okay.
think though, it will give,
We could share that with the council tomorrow night.
yeah,
Yes.
and it will give the EDA coordinator a direction to go then, between now and your next meeting, to be prepared to
You know,
talk
that's
about
just
it
our
more.
opinions right now, there's no
Mhm.
votes.
That's all right,
Mm.
that's okay. And then programs and incentives, it looks like she threw in some, well, in addition to your list of capital improvements, she threw in some programs, that Stewartville had that she thought matched what was on your list for long-term capital planning. And I think as a side note, she also noted that, Stewartville recognizes a business owner every month.
Their EDA does?
Yes. That was my understanding. I can get further clarification on that, for the next meeting. Yeah, so, they have some downtown development, facade improvement, and I think business incubation that she included in your packet. Something that came across my desk in the last week from Austin, they launched what they're calling their startup factory. So kind of along the line of the co-working space. That actually, I think that open house is happening right now. It is today, in Austin. Rochester has a couple of those types of facilities that are kind of small business, co-working spaces. Is that something that the EDA would like to pursue for their vacant lot downtown? Develop that and build some kind of co-working space?
Is there enough space there to,
You could do, one of them in Rochester is a two-story brick, kind of one lot building.
I mean, I'd be interested in seeing like a pro forma, you know,
Okay.
on it, like if we had some, now, I'd wanna know what we'd have to make in rent, you
Okay.
know,
To pay.
to pay for it.
Okay.
If we had like a, you know, I mean, and with something like that, you know, I guess, yeah, figure probably 15-20% vacancy kinda deal.
Okay.
You know, so I mean, if we have like a, you know, if we could find like a anchor tenant, you know,
Okay.
kinda, but yeah, I'd be interested in seeing a pro forma
Okay.
on it, see if it's, how it looks. Then we need to know if there's you know, what kind of cash needs to be put into it to make it happen.
that's the biggest thing.
I mean.
So you're talking building,
That's a lot of money.
I actually saw a building that
Well,
needs to be moved.
If there was an existing building, I'd be more, I'd see all, any information you get, even on
Yeah.
building one, but
When you start
as far as
building.
buildings, I think we have other needs of building,
Okay.
buildings in town besides.
Okay.
that. We might be able to do
I'd love to
a
get those
public-private
schools,
partnership on
yeah.
something like that with somebody that has.
Yeah,
Cause
I'd
we
love-
toyed around with it at our building, but then we filled a spot. We had a
Okay.
vacancy for a few months last year, and
Yeah.
it filled up right away, but we toyed,
Yeah.
saying, hey, this space is available, we'll cut the rent by 30%. If the city wants to advertise it, people want to come in and use it for periods of time or whatever, they can do that.
Right.
Just to get activity, but we don't have any space available.
Right.
That would change.
Meeting's done already, I take it.
Quorum.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, it's all right, you came.
Yeah. I had a seller that, yeah, anyway,
Here you are.
here I am.
Okay, so we're doing a little budget discussion. Do you guys wanna go back and
Sure.
officially open the meeting?
Yeah, we can.
Sorry,
Nope.
maybe it was a bad thing I showed.
No, it's
Oh.
fine, actually.
We'll, officially open the EDA meeting at 12:20. Do we need to do roll call?
No, I got you all.
Perfect. Do we we'll go down and do approval of minutes of the previous meeting?
Did you all get that ahead of time?
Did you get that
We
email?
did, yeah, and I didn't bring it with me.
Yep.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Okay, we got that. To the quarterly financial we discussed was just left on there from last time.
Yeah.
Our CETA update, Teresa was going over that a little bit, there wasn't,
Right, I think it's all
That's fine.
information you're
Yeah, there
familiar with,
wasn't-
unless you had a did you?
Question.
Nope,
No,
I didn't have
okay.
any questions, no.
Okay.
the only question maybe was how the regional, that tour went through town, I mean.
Yeah, Stephanie talked about it a little bit in her report. We felt like it went really, really well. We had all the facts and figures, and then stopped at the Aquatic Center, pavilion, where Mayor McKern just talked about why he and his family chose Casson, so.
Okay.
I think that really resonated with folks. We ended up with 3 contact names of folks whose interest was piqued by the 1918 school.
Really?
So, yeah.
Great.
So we will follow up and pass on that information and
Sure.
see what happens there.
Don't know.
You never know.
Mhm.
It's always good.
Yeah.
And we'll follow up with everyone, so now we
Yeah.
have the mailing list, we'll give people a couple weeks to think about what they saw, and then we'll shoot out, shoot off a letter or an email that says, did you see anything that we can provide you with more information about, kind of thing. Remind them what we have available for development. And then, we were talking about the budget
Just move that.
and had a little marketing, branding discussion.
Yes,
Yeah.
so we did discuss the branding, and us 3 were just thinking, basically that we, instead of spending that 19,000 right now on branding, that
Mhm.
we'd rather put it towards programs that would get us ready for branding.
Sure.
To keep businesses
Sure.
here and get more businesses here, so. That was our discussion. We didn't
I
have-
agree, that's a good idea.
so.
Okay.
Now that we
Yeah.
have, do we need a vote, or we can just, how do you?
I think we'll prepare a budget for you to vote on then at your next meeting,
Mhm.
based on the input, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
All right,
Fine.
so, and then, so you'd like to see roughly 20,000 for incentives or or just programs?
Programming, yeah.
Just for programs?
Programs,
Okay.
instead of putting it into the branding, let's be
Okay.
ready for,
Okay.
it's easier to spend the money on improvements than it is on,
Mhm.
so.
So I did run into, Ryan, who's the new director at RADI, Rochester Area Economic Development.
Okay.
And I did invite him to come over and meet with us and talk with us. I don't believe that that Casson has been a member. He is trying to redirect the focus to be Rochester area, so, I'll certainly invite him over to talk to us about
Yeah,
why.
they've been
Right.
wanting to do that for a couple of years, and they always say that, but they never
Right.
get it they wanna change the name to get, cause they said it improves, I've talked to them, and
Okay.
it's more of an improvement for everybody.
Mhm.
So is their whole goal,
So I
not
think-
just Rochester that
yeah.
benefits from it.
So I think that was
Okay.
part of your membership dues and fees, which it looks like, you've been spending less and less in that category. Probably, I think it's the chamber, that I saw was in there, Transportation Alliance, and, the Zumbro Water Trail participation was included in that $356.
And that's a membership for the Rochester area?
Well,
Is that what you said?
We're not a member yet.
we're not a member yet, but
They're
I'll-
trying to convince us to be a help.
Yeah.
I understand, okay.
Yeah, I will
Okay.
find out what that would be, and I can adjust, that figure on line 334 accordingly. Staff meetings and conferences, at this point, it's, because we're contracting with EDA, we're not actually spending any money there, there's a couple $1,000. Engineering fees, looks like we spent some.
What's, the rental expenses?
The-
413.
Yeah, we haven't really spent anything there.
That's more money we could.
Well, there's a couple $1,000
we could
there
use
too.
towards, yeah.
Okay. There's a couple there, a couple in conferences.
Any way we can use it
Okay.
to better off we are.
Yeah, exactly.
There'll be a few thousand up above in the employee contribution,
Mhm.
so. Anything else you'd like to see reflected on the budget when we bring it back next time?
You got anything else, Chris?
For benefits and stuff that changes, Nancy plugs the 11,000 in.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll be getting together with Nancy.
Okay.
As far as fund balances from other funds.
Okay.
I can't see that we're gonna go over by, we have our 19 to that. I can't see we're gonna be at 90-some thousand versus 71 the year before, just in this department. So the electric fund.
Yep, we talked about the possibility of having $30,000 available in the electric utility to, support economic development activities, so that's
And
a
I've got
possibility.
kind of some ideas run by Nancy too.
Okay.
As far as the liquor store and
Yep.
electric utility, that we set some kind of a goal as far as, you know, a percentage of our profits from those enterprises each year would be used for economic activity. And that would give us an
Okay.
idea of, here's what our
Okay.
budget is, you know, we could levy for some, but instead of the whole levy impact being the extra, you know, 30 or 40% in this case, in this, just this unit.
Yes,
That-
Mhm.
and both of those
That are-
enterprises do develop, or do benefit from any type of growth that
Correct.
the
Mhm.
community should experience, so.
And then it's also by, when Chris is putting it down on paper, you know where it's going instead of
Right.
waiting until you spend it.
Not that we aren't going to levy for some of it, but just,
Right.
so the impact isn't all just
Exactly.
on the levy.
Yeah.
And we've got those fund balance, we just had our capital improvement plan on that, where our fund balances are healthy.
Yes.
We're
Yes.
trending the right direction,
Yes.
so we can use those well
Yes.
for reinvestment,
Yes.
basically, in the community.
Okay,
I'll get back to vacation.
okay, sounds fine. Okay.
So what happens, you know, like, I'm just saying, like, you know, we came in, you know, about, anywhere from 5 to 10,000 or
Mhm.
14,000 under budget.
Right.
Like so then what, it kind of, does that kind of just reset each year, kind of goes back?
Yes, the city of Casson has what they call a stabilization fund.
Yep.
So anything that hasn't been spent at the end of the year, it then rolls into the stabilization fund. That's actually where the 1.8 million to build the library came from, so we were able to pay cash for that big time.
We've done some chip sealing and
Yeah.
mill and overlay on some streets, and then some other departments might be over, so
Yep.
then it comes out
Comes out of
that.
there.
Right.
So it's kind of the,
Yeah.
stabilization, equalization, and then
That
extra.
happens, you'll
Yeah.
have unexpected.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. I was just thinking if we, I mean, is it, if we're running, I mean, if we're running under budget, is it possible to, like, on an annual basis, put 5,000 into a sort of legacy fund so that at some point, if, I don't know, some EDA has a big thing they need to happen, so like construct a working space
Yep.
or do something really great?
Yes, we can
then-
certainly create funds that hold, savings.
Right, I mean, it would also, I suppose you could also function as an internal stabilization fund.
Well, yeah, but I mean, right now, you could look back and if the EDA needed it, if it was easier, you could look and take it out of the stabilization fund too, without
Right.
starting another fund,
Right, doing all that.
Yeah, but if you wanted to have it earmarked for something though, you'd
Yeah,
want to have
we would have
a
to
separate
create a
fund.
fund.
So otherwise there'd be nothing,
Right.
I mean, anything could
Yeah.
change anytime anyway, but there'd be nothing to say, hey, this was set aside for this
Sure.
purpose. So you'd have more of a dedicated account.
Kinda like the library was, I think, was that in a dedicated fund? The library,
I
was
don't
it?
know.
Nancy tells me stabilization fund.
But it was earmarked library.
Library, oh, okay.
But, 'cause I know it was earmarked, 'cause they always kept,
Okay.
so I don't, maybe they earmarked it just in the stabilization
She just did internal
Yeah,
accounting.
could be.
Which, you know, is something we
Right.
could do without starting another.
Right,
But
right.
then Nancy would know more of that.
Yeah, I made a little note
Okay.
about earmarked funds and.
I guess I'm thinking like if, you know, you put 5,000 away for, 20 years, and something that generates a little bit of interest, and in 20 years, somebody, I don't know, Quick Trip says, we wanna build a data center, I don't know, but we need to develop, higher level electricity in order to do that, and we'd have something to draw on for that.
Good idea.
Okay. Any other notes about the budget? Okay. All right, Dan, I'll turn it back to you.
Okay, we'll go back to other business. Do we have anything else?
Liza, what you did miss is I had, provided an update that, we have been in contact with Jeff Bennett at Alliant Technologies. He was interested in expanding into Casson, so we are,
Okay.
in touch with him. And then we did include in our newsletter, kind of a call to business owners to contact us to be included on our website.
Yes.
And hopefully that way we'll get some of those in-home business listings and find out who we've got.
Yeah.
Some will, some won't.
Well, exactly, I know, and you were there too, I mentioned it at the chamber, or we
Mhm.
kinda mentioned it at the chamber, and we had
Yep.
a couple of kickbacks here and there, but I just, like I tried to, I'm still learning how this whole board is, what's been done in the past, and what we're,
Right.
I'm just kinda sitting and listening. So it's hard for me to go to the chamber and say, hey, this is what our goal is, we need to come together and make this happen. I can't explain it well enough yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm getting at?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
you were there,
yeah.
And
you
it's hard,
kind
too.
of got what I got from the
Right,
others.
yes, yep.
So,
We don't have the definite goal yet either,
well, exactly, but I mean, to me, it makes common sense, the chamber and us should work together somehow, but anyway. So,
Okay.
but yeah, with the small
Yeah.
businesses coming in, that'd be excellent.
Okay.
Did you want to hit on our person?
On Stephanie? So I can tell you that, Rebecca is taking a leave of absence.
Oh.
And Stephanie Lawson, who is the EDA director for Dodge County, is helping us out.
Okay.
So, she put the tour together, did an
Cool.
awesome job. She even said to me she learned more the 2 weeks she was in Casson than she
my.
had learned, when she was at Dodge County about actually what was happening here in Casson,
Cool.
so, yeah,
Cool.
so that was really good. So it's kinda given her a new perspective, and I was even, just mentioning to Tom, we might just find that that's a better fit for us,
Mhm.
to, have our coordinator also be the Dodge County
Mhm.
EDA director, so we may
Right.
ask that stay that way. She is on vacation, but I'm sure you'll meet her,
Okay.
next month.
She wasn't the gal that was here one time, was she?
No.
No, okay,
That was-
different gal,
Okay.
sorry.
Okay.
Might have been Joya. was here.
Yes, it might have
From
been
Hayfield
Joya,
or
that's
something like
been-
that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think I ever met Stephanie.
I haven't met her,
Okay.
Yeah,
but I think,
Stephanie
Okay.
is very petite, blonde.
I don't think I've met
You'll
her.
see her on the Facebook page, there's pictures of her
Yeah.
on the bus, during the tours.
Okay, all right, awesome, good.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Oh, we did have the groundbreaking for the, SEMCAG Transportation Center behind City Hall last week, that was good.
Yes, yep,
So,
nice turnout for
we
that.
were supposed to break ground last Friday.
I see him
Oh,
up,
to
she's
actually
marking,
start building.
they're
Yeah,
marking utilities
I know.
for it right now, so
I don't know.
just like anything, it takes a little longer.
Not good anything.
The
Oh.
14th at 1 PM is the groundbreaking for the merry-go-round, at the
Yeah.
library.
Yeah, I got that written down.
Yep, complete your surveys. You got, you get a survey at your
EDA
home.
members
I'm sure I did in my
Yeah,
email.
complete
I gotta open
and
it.
return- Complete and return those surveys from some crowd. Yeah.
It's a paper,
It came in the mail.
Survey with a return envelope. And anyone who missed the survey, didn't get a survey, let us know, we can get one out to you too,
To all
so.
property owners in Casson.
Yep, so if you own property and you didn't see a survey, shoot me an email and I'll make sure you get.
That come out of Wabasha, right?
Yes,
Well, sure, pretty good.
Wabasha.
I thought it said Wabasha, I don't know.
Yeah,
I know I
think the
just saw
return
it, I filled
postage
it.
was Wabasha, so.
Okay,
Yep.
is it out of town too, do we,
Going
No,
to the limits.
it's.
City limits.
city
City
limits,
limits.
I'm not in city limits.
Okay, okay, that explains why then, okay. All right, but
I know,
anybody who
trust me, been there,
did-
done that, I've had
Yeah.
enough guff about
Anybody
that.
who did,
I know, dear, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm off the hook on that one.
You're off the hook, you're good.
Oh, okay, is there any other business? Or-
I don't have
Okay.
any.
we took, we had up at Citizens up in Manorville, we had, Trail Creek, I called up Trail Creek Coffee and got a sample pot from them, so it was very good, and their dark Sumatra. So they're still planning on the October 1,
Yes,
go
okay.
date, hopefully a little bit sooner, but,
Okay.
it was good, everybody liked it.
Oh, that's very fun. They do try to get out and get around, so keep them in mind. They put a little sample in each of the tour bags.
They'll be at the
Yeah.
festival too.
Oh, festival, okay. Happy at the festival in the park.
Okay.
In the morning.
Should we have any items that anybody would like to see for September's meeting? If not right now, let Teresa or Stephanie know.
Yep.
On budget,
Budget's
Yeah,
gonna be a big one
budget.
next time.
We'll come
Yeah, we
back
got
to
lots of budget discussions,
Okay.
incentive.
Would it be possible to get a copy, like the draft before, like a week or so ahead of the meeting?
Yes, maybe we can get that wrapped up by the end of the week and then just shoot it out to
Yeah.
everybody. Okay.
That'd be great.
Okay.
And nothing else?
Motion to adjourn.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Yeah,
sorry I was late.
ready. No,
Not a
it
problem,
worked
we
out
made it work.
perfect. You got to
We
have
got
a
to discuss
meeting.
and then we got to have a meeting.
All
right,
Now it's
exactly.
official.
Without you.
Very true. It wasn't a
Otherwise,
total
it would just be
washout.
a discussion.
Yes, exactly.
That works. All
There
right.
we go.
You're off now. All right.
I'm up. Yeah, you want to go
Have a good
down?
afternoon,
please.
guys.
Okay.
See you, Tom. Have a
All right.
good couple weeks.